Hey guys.
We both tried to start that at the exact same time.
That's what I was hoping for.
I'm just going to say good evening, but then we got hey guys. Okay. I like that.
Alright. Good evening, hey guys.
Good evening, hey guys.
That's our intro.
Human beings. We could have a different intro every time.
Yeah, we have to come up with like new ways to greet our audience every time. Are you guys having a good time? Listening to us talk about how we're going to open the show while we're doing the show.
You're all here in the room with us.
Well, welcome to this podcast. I don't know what this is. We don't have a name for it yet, but
I really am partial to human pasta. Or like alien spit.
You didn't tell me about alien spit. I like alien spit.
I just thought of it right now.
That's a good one.
just this second I thought of alien spit. Alien spit's stupid. that's like
but I like it though.
That's like the name of a really trashy punk band.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a really like indie band.
Alien spit.
We're alien spit. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good morning, my name is.
I would love it. Has a band ever like started like good morning?
Yeah, high school bands.
Oh
good morning, Bristol County Auditorium. Human skunk, go.
Human skunk.
These are just
a lot of your names have human in the name. It's a human pasta, human skunk.
That's why Colin thinks thinks I'm an alien or an android.
Because you're trying to be like, how about human?
Well, no. Anytime I ask how it's going, I'm like, how are all those human beings doing today? I just want to take a sidebar here real quick. My name's Quentin Bell.
Yeah. This is Quentin Bell. I'm Derek Mola. Welcome to the podcast.
And that's Jeremy Spittles. Hello.
Yeah, welcome Jeremy Spittles.
Get out of here, Jeremy. Nobody likes you.
Welcome to the podcast. It's kind of just our little comedy podcast.
We haven't thought of a name yet. We're just two funny folks being
two funny bros.
Funny folks. 2 beans in a bean speas soup.
2 beans in a what soup?
I don't know.
Bean speas soup.
Anywho, this is. I guess we're just feeling it out. We got our little hands inside this mess of funny business.
Getting our hands dirty.
Getting our hands smelly. Nice and stinky.
Smelly.
Nice and stinky hands.
Quentin's a costume designer, so you might have seen this stuff.
And I'm secretly a writer.
You might have seen this stuff in the background.
The
background. I'm a director and a writer. That's what I do.
And now we're two funny talkers.
And now we're just talking into a big black ball.
Just like this really diverse group of people.
Yeah, this really white, this really diverse white group of people.
A really large group of 2 white guys.
2 white guys.
2 white men. We're like...
Yeah, we are white men, Quentin, yeah.
We're 2 straight white guys.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever heard of that before.
Yeah, no one's ever seen 2 white guys before.
We should start a Dungeons & Dragons podcast.
A Dungeons & Dragons podcast?
Yeah, nobody's ever done that.
Yeah, no one's ever done a Dungeons.
That's so
No one's ever done Dungeons & Dragons like on...
You know what we ought to do? We should do magic, but no cameras. Just audio.
Just audio. Magic. It would be so quiet. Yeah, let's play
and Yu-Gi-Oh. not saying the card names.
Let's play Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, it's just like a really intense game of... It's a really intense game of Yu-Gi-Oh, but we're not saying anything. It's just like...
Yeah,
we're way too into it.
It would be as if we were actually playing, but we're recording it. So it's just like the sounds of cards going down. And it's like, fuck. All right,
you ever seen like a tournament Yu-Gi-Oh? No. Like watching like tournaments of Yu-Gi-Oh?
Do they have the wrist?
They don't have the dual disc, which I wish they did. But it's like that where they're just like no one's saying anything. They're just like
I love stuff
making
like that.
moves like really fast and just like playing the cards. Like there's nothing happening. So it's really weird. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! in a long time, but I love Yu-Gi-Oh!
I think when I was a kid I had the cards, but I never actually played. I think I just liked the way they looked.
I watched the cartoon. I had a shit ton of cards. I had the dual discs. From the first season, from a random season.
I wanted a dual disc just because I thought it was neat.
I had the one from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, with the one with like the elemental heroes.
Okay.
When they went to the dueling school, the dueling academy.
Yeah. I don't know shit about Yu-Gi-Oh!
I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! and Chaotic. And did you ever play Chaotic? Chaotic was so fun.
Not none of
No, not me.
I don't know.
What is? My friend sent me a picture the other day. Do you know who Matt Mercer is?
Vaguely.
He's a voice actor. He sent me a photo, and it was this like really jacked dude, and he was like posing a picture in the window, like not in the window, in a mirror, and his caption was, I don't play Dungeons and Dragons. Have you seen
Oh my god!
Have you seen
Okay,
that?
can I just? I literally have that. So
yeah, and it's Matt Mercer like making like he wrote a long post being like,
dude,
that's okay. Like
literally.
Oh yeah,
there
it is
right here. My
officer, I'd like to report a murder.
Oh
my god, that's so awesome! Yeah. Okay, so nobody sees what we're talking. First of all, nobody can see what we're talking about.
We should at some point.
So, like I said, there's a picture of a Jack dude, and his name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
Yeah,
and he says, "I don't play." And it's just a buff picture of him, and his caption is, "I don't play Dungeons and Dragons." And then on the left, I guess Joe Manganiello. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but you've seen him and stuff. He's playing like what's his name? Deathstroke. He's in Magic Mike.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, he's like, if you look him up, and he wrote "I Do," and it's like a muscly picture of him. But the one I was talking about, there's this voice actor Matt Mercer, and he's like, he did who's the skeleton guy in Overwatch?
I don't know.
Do you know? Okay.
I don't play Overwatch.
I know. All the gamers are gonna get mad at us now. All the hardcore gamers.
Yeah, I'm a shitty gamer.
All the gamer girls.
I'm not a fucking gamer. I'm a nerd.
I'm
a fucking loser.
But it's he wrote like he wrote like this really like condescending like, that's okay. I didn't like it either at first, but I'm sure you just didn't have the right like team. Like, let me show you sometime. And like my friend was like 911. I'd like to report a murder.
Yeah, this is the Dungeons and Dragons group I just joined. My friend Ian set it up. He's like, he sends us a text. He goes, obviously, all of you know me, but none of you know each other.
It's a great way to open up the chat.
Well, I love it because like I tried to start one with him a while ago with a bunch of other people, and nobody's schedule synced up like at all. So like it didn't work out. Blah blah blah. And he was like, it's good if you have a group of people that all know each other. I have to answer this text.
Can I have one of these Crunch Bars?
Yeah, eat that Crunch Bar.
Okay.
Chew it real nice and loud.
Yeah,
right
into the microphone? Okay. Well, here's
no.
We'll have an ASMR moment really quick.
I don't like...
It's not about what you like. It's about what our ASMR audience likes.
Well, let me tell you the golden rule. Treat others how you want to be treated. I don't like the sound of people eating things, and so for everybody in the world's sake, don't do that. You're going to make me mad. I'll end up editing this. I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna really kill you. I hate that.
Quentin just grabbed my arm like a little gargoyle. He put his arm on my shoulder and perched his like dug his fingers into my shoulder a little bit.
I went
like a bald eagle.
Yeah, I went crazy. I don't like that sound. I'm gonna have to hear it later. Whatever.
Nice little treat for you.
I'll deal with it. I will. Be sad.
I will be sad.
No, but he was telling me, you want to have a group like you kind of know, and I just think it's funny that he picked 4 people, and he knows each of these 4 people, but none of us have ever met. Like even the other, the 3 other people have not met each other. Mm-hmm. So it's like 4 strangers. We all know our friend Ian walking into a D&D scenario. Like I'm sitting here thinking like, knowing Ian, they're all really cool, but I'm sitting here thinking, like, man, I hope they're not, like, dickheads.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
I've never played Dungeons and Dragons before.
It's very fun. I think it's very fun.
I tried to join a game once. I think I told you this story.
Just get into... Never mind. I have to rebuild the group anyway because 2 people... We won't mention their names, but 2 people...
Well, I tried to join a game, but I wasn't allowed to join because of my character.
Fuck them.
My character was going to be a giant penis.
You told me about this. Yeah,
his name was...
Never mind.
His name was
stupid. You're stupid and I don't like you.
But it was funny. I made my character's name was Dick and Balls. Yeah. And he was the prince of a lost civilization. But okay, they were like, no, that's stupid. You weren't allowed to join. But then they were doing things like...
You caught me with the lost civilization. I could get into it now.
Yeah. I was like, he's from a lost civilization. He's like a warrior. He's a prince.
Right.
And he's just like, but he's got a smiley face and he talks. And my friend drew like a picture of him. It was funny. He's got but like they were like, no, you can't join because your character. But
you'd have to make new rules for him unless you based like everybody's got like different stat and racial.
I don't know. I don't know any of this stuff. They were just like
then fucking.
But this is the thing. But this is what
get a book.
This is what pissed me off was that they were like. they were like, you can't join because your character... These are my friends also, by the way. This is like a random group. This is like my friend. Lame. They were just like, fuck you can't join. But they were telling me about the game, and they like found a Nazi in a hole. Like they were like, we found a Nazi in the cave. And then they were like, we went into a village and it was all Daisy Ridley. Or like Emilia Clarke. Yeah. I was like, you can do all that, but I can't have a giant penis as a character.
Can I tell you this?
I was going to play the game seriously. I just wanted...
You wanted to be a cock and balls.
I wanted to be a dick
who
and balls.
doesn't?
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to be that? Listen, my friend Matt works at a boarding school, and some of the kids started a Dungeons and Dragons club, and he was like the chaperone for it. And it was a lot like that. Like, what you just described to me is what these 12 and 13-year-old boys did in their Dungeons and Dragons game.
You hear that, Zach and Logan? Your game was the equivalent of a 12-year-old's game.
So I wanted that to be out in the world as knowledge. No, dude, I would have I would have let you join my campaign, but I would have just said you're a sub race of Aboleth. And gave you the stats of a monster. Aboleth.
You hear that, folks? I just got dissed in
no
language.
Are you kidding me? No, no. I'm trying to help you. I'm lazy. Well, because
you said sub race.
Well, yeah, because you don't. Listen, you don't know enough to realize that
racism of D&D.
Yeah, dude, D&D so no, but like an Aboleth is a really big monster that, if you look at it in the right light, it looks like one penis with 3 other penises coming off of it. So rather than 3 other penises, you'd have 2 little balls, and you'd be just a different type of Aboleth. Like some weird hybrid.
Like a weird offspring.
Yeah, like a mutation.
Yeah.
And so that it would make sense. Like it would go into the prints hundreds and thousands of years ago. There was, like bonobos and chimpanzees.
I came up with a whole backstory for the character. I don't know where it is now. I wrote it, but
dude,
like...
It is legitimately like bonobos and chimpanzees, because Aboleths are super dangerous and scary. They have psychic attacks. They generally live like deep... I think they live deep underwater. I can't remember, honestly. No, they live in like deep caves. And so your species would be, like just like a chimp and bonobo are like the same, from like the same ancestral family. Aboleths and the cock and ball species would be from the same ancestral, the same, what is that? What is that, what's the term for that?
What, the same phylum? Same
phylum, but
species?
There's
King Philip.
No, like common ancestor. You share a common ancestor, and your race would probably be a lot cooler and gentler. Maybe not telekinetic.
We'd be very gentle.
Yeah,
we
and so
just
like
slam it in. We'd be gentle.
And the Aboleth is all cock.
Yeah,
no ball to stop it from.
No ball to stop it. Is that what the balls are? Is like a indicator?
Well, if it's not attached to a body, I feel like they're like the anchor point, so it doesn't get. This is gross.
That's when you know you've gone too far.
This conversation has gone too far. Anyway, I would have let you in. But that's the thing is, if you make a new race, you have to make up all the stats and stuff for it. And so
I was gonna. I just didn't have my sheet. I was back.
Well, dude,
these are all my friends from Savannah.
Fuck your Savannah friends. Tell them.
You hear that, guys?
Tell them to go to hell. Tell them. I'm gonna find.
I'm gonna make them listen to this, and then they'll get to this part, and they're gonna be really upset.
I'm not gonna do any of that. Anyway. Well, now I've already run out of steam. I'm done.
You've already run out of steam. How long have you been recording?
Let's pack. Like 16 minutes. Let's pack this up. Let's ship it.
Okay. Well. Okay. You want to talk about? How about we shift gears and talk about a little serious topic that I've been thinking about.
Serious topic.
Not super serious.
Well, we could talk about what we're doing.
You want to talk about what we're doing?
Well, this is like, as I understand it, what you and I are setting out to do with this little entertainment group is curious, because like. We're doing this podcast, which is almost like a behind the scenes of something we're working on. Mm-hmm. We haven't even put anything out yet.
Yeah.
Like we've just had ideas and we're planning to film and start I don't know. It's very weird. I feel like some entertainment groups, the podcast comes last. Like they make a bunch of stuff and then they're like, we may as well record a podcast. We almost did it in reverse.
Yeah.
Where we're like, let's get our feet wet talking in front of a microphone before dancing in front of a camera.
Yeah, right.
Not to cut you off, but I was just like,
no, you're fine. Well, how about we talk about
What are our dreams?
What's going on in our lives right now?
What's going on in our lives? Nothing's going on in my life.
Nothing's going on in my... No, okay,
I just made costumes.
I'll go first, I guess. Well, I'm still in school. I'm a film student. I go to Emerson College.
You fucking nerd.
You fucking nerd.
Lame piece of shit.
I want to write and direct movies and do other... I mean, that's kind of my main focus, but I don't know. We're doing this. We're going to probably do some sketches soon.
A side project.
We want to do sketches. Maybe putting out t-shirts soon. I don't know.
Go on.
But, no, I mean, yeah, that's really all I got. I mean, like...
That's all you've got.
That's all I've got. I sit at home and I play video games and I do homework and... I'm in the slow season right now. I'm in the off season because it's like...
I've been in the off season.
I've been on the bench for a very long time.
I actually got kicked out of the...
I actually got kicked out. I just kind of hang out.
I'm not even in the league anymore. I'm kind of like on a street corner.
Just kind of hang out.
My thumb at my ass. I graduated really recently. Well, not really recently anymore. I graduated last spring as a costume design theater major, costume design focus with a minor in English. And now I'm doing things that are entertainment based but have nothing to do with costume design.
Yeah.
Because like I have nothing going on. Like I'm working on shows here and there, but I still don't have like a steady actual job. I live with my brothers now. I sleep in my living room.
I still live with my parents. I still live with my mom and dad. And I'm a senior. And like, I'm still in school.
I was living alone. See, because that's the thing is like I had a job for the school that was helping pay for my rent, and I had another job, but they cut hours on that job as I graduated, and so as I graduated, I lost my job. Rent went up to $900 a month for one room. I'm like, I can't do this. So I had to come out here, and recently I've just been working on my cosplays, working with Ragnarok Productions on their stuff.
I feel like with a costume designer, dude, I'm not trying to belittle people's crew jobs.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, like, as a costume designer, I feel like it's a very much needed job where it's like people on the set.
I feel like it's the exact opposite.
Really?
Yeah, I can't find any work anywhere. Nobody wants costume design. Well, I didn't. The thing is, for that show is, I was not. If I was just a costume designer, like. The way it works in the real world, as far as I understand it, I wouldn't even really be on set at all. If I was actually if it was like a full like Hollywood production, there's wardrobe people that like trickles down like hierarchy wise. Like I would drop all my designs, give it to a shop, the shop makes it, and they kind of like take it from there. I was costume designer and like the costume team in general, including like wardrobe, stitchers, maintenance people, the folks like deliberating like what goes where. Like I was at everything. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was needed on that set. But that's because it was like an indie.
Yeah,
indie
I guess I didn't really think about it like that. Like you're mostly in the pre-production stage, like. Yeah, getting all that ready, and then
as solely a designer, but it's not uncommon for designers to do like a few different jobs, I suppose, depending on the.
Do you want to go into the more Hollywood sort of thing, or do you want to stay in the indie range?
Here's the thing with me: I'll do literally anything. I just like making stuff. I like working with people on things. I really like the design process. Like I enjoy doing the research. You know, like if I'm doing like, you know, like let's say we're doing like Shakespeare or something, but they want to do it in like 1825. I like researching that era and like make sure I've got my facts straight. But there's not a lot of money. Like, and I love doing indie stuff. Like what we just did was super fun. I really like working on the indie stuff. It's really fun. The bigger a production gets, the more stressful it gets. Yeah. But then the more like amenities there are. Like I was at a festival a while ago, and I mean this was last winter for something I did at UMass. The school I used to go to, University of Massachusetts, Boston. One of my designs got sent to the Kennedy Center American Theater Arts Festival or whatever. But I talked to someone there after they did my response and stuff. Basically, you get in a room and you present whatever your designs were. Like if it was like a lighting design, set design, costume design, makeup design, hair, makeup, whatever. And then professionals in the industry come and they look at your shit and they say, oh, well, you did this really well, but you could have done better here. And, you know, they basically just tell you what they thought of your designs and what you could have done differently, and ask you questions about like, you know, your process, whatever. And I've always won an award when I went, which makes me feel cool. And this woman told me, when I was there, and I've known her for a while. Denise. Oh, I shouldn't have even said her name, honestly.
Denise Wallace?
Yeah, or Denise Wallace. I feel embarrassed because if she ever hears this, she's gonna be like, that motherfucker doesn't even know my name. But I know her really. I know her. Like I know her. I've spoken to her. She's she's a good, nice lady. Her name is in my phone. But anyway, Denise Wallace. She gave me this whole speech about like, oh, I think you're really talented, but you could be a really big fish in a small pond, or you could be a big fish in a huge pond. She's like, you should try to find a way to get yourself into like certain warehouses and like certain bigger productions, so you can be around like fabric from different. Basically, rather than going through the pile at the garment district to grab like $1 shirts and pants, I could be working for like a real studio that has access to like an entire shop, because that actually really hindered me on this production, was that I didn't have an actual costume shop to like do repairs and do fittings. I had to just kind of guess and accessorize people and be like, okay, can you bring a pair of pants, because none of the pants I have are going to fit you. Basically she's saying you could do that and you could kill it, but then my name doesn't get anywhere. Try to get yourself in a position where you can get into these bigger studios. I don't know how to do that though.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like, do I just walk up to Disney and be like, "Hey, can I start sewing for you?" I don't know how to do that. So for a while, I was working in a stitcher shop, just like not like it was a design place, and it was independent and owned by this one woman who's super cool and super nice. And I learned a lot while I was there, but I didn't do a lot of different stuff outside of just like some menial stitching and things, which was useful to learn, like how to bustle a dress and do lace and stuff like that, but nothing beyond that. So on my own, I've been trying to like get better at stuff. But I really like the indie stuff. I'd love to just do indie stuff, and I'd love to do the Hollywood stuff to see what it's like. Personally, I just like making things. I just really like making things, designing things. Like that's why I do so much cosplay that's just like original characters, like the Mandalorian I'm working on. Just because it's fun to conceptualize, like, what does this guy do with his day? Like, I have rags on his van bracers. Why does he have rags? Why is he so raggedy? Like, what era of Star Wars is this guy living in that's forced him to be so poor? Is it during the plague that killed most of Mandalorians? Again, nerd. I forget the name of the plague, but anyway. So, a super long answer. I would love to do any type of work. But the thing is, with this indie stuff, it's hard to do it and stay alive. I have a friend who's in Florida right now. I met him at the beginning of the summer around June in Las Vegas, and he and his girlfriend both got jobs designing, as one's for set and the other one for lighting and costumes, I think, or I can't remember. They're both good technicians and designers. And so as technicians they have jobs anywhere, because it's like, okay, yeah, I can string up lights and stuff in any venue. But then they also design, and they were able to set things up. Like his girlfriend was able to set things up so that she was like designing 60% of her job was at home and 40% was on site. So she would design from home and then come into their studio, do stuff. And I'm like, and they're getting paid a salary to do that though. So like their time at home being spent designing, they're being paid for that. And then the time they come in, as far as I understood it. So it's like, but I don't know how the fuck that guy landed that.
Yeah, right.
Like a lot of it is knowing people, and they're getting, like, he's in grad school, I think. And so he's getting connections through his graduates program. And so, like, I'm not doing that, though. Anyway, but that's me. I went on for you were so quick. But that's, like, my long answer to, like, everything. Like, I want to do anything where I just get the opportunity to make stuff and work with people, and in whatever capacity that is. That's also why I've branched out into, like, I think it's funny now that I'm doing podcasting and sketch stuff with you, because I've always wanted to write and stuff. I don't know anything about directing, but I've never had people around me that are like motivated or want to do it with me. And I'm the type of person where
it's the same thing with me. Like, just like,
take it away, because I just talked for like 15 minutes.
No, it's a lot of talk. It's a lot of like, like I've had a lot of people bail on me, or like just people aren't as motivated, and I want to do these things, but it's just tough because sometimes it's a time thing. Sometimes it's like people think they want to do it, but they like, because they think it's a cool idea, but they never actually want to follow through.
So here's the thing that I found. As college went on, I was more and more like, I don't want to act in the shows we're doing, but I'd like to make something. And everybody was so fucking flaky.
Yeah.
And then, I started working at the Improv Asylum, and they were like super cliquey and weird, and I was like, you're all really nice and cool, but I get the feeling you don't actually want to work with me in any capacity. Like, I could not ask those people to join in doing a sketch thing with me. Maybe I don't know. And then, I met some good folks as I was leaving the university, and they're good and smart people, and they're definitely driven and dedicated. I feel like when someone else is handing them a schedule. And the thing is, I love booze and I love weed just as much as the next person. and I make like fucking cannot say that word.
Grandiose?
Right now. Grandiose, large schemes when I'm intoxicated. Yeah, but I will try to follow through with them. It's so funny how many people, they have like 1 or 2 beers and are like, yeah, let's do that thing. And I have had 1 or 2 beers, and with this 1 or 2 beers, I'm like, oh yeah, they're dedicated too. But little do I know at the time, in the morning it comes out, they're really, it's a substance fueling that desire. There are so many people I've hung out with. We've had we go out for drinks, and I share like an idea I have for a sketch, and they're like, oh, fuck yeah, let's do it. And then they're like unreachable. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Okay, cool. I was earnest. I was like serious.
I was earnest.
I wasn't like just the booze is telling me, look, this is funny. I've thought about this. I had this idea in the shower earlier this morning.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. And then I don't know, I feel like it's easy for things like alcohol and stuff to get in the way of people's motivation. But then one thing that always irritated me at UMass was I learned a lot about the rules and regulations of student theater and stuff, and why we didn't have student-run productions, and why it was there's a lot that goes into allowing students to put up and create their own productions and do them at the school. You need a lot more resources if you're doing it with all the red tape and through all the bureaucracy. If you're going through the schooling system and you let's say you're a freshman at UMass Boston and you want to write and kind of produce your own show using the school's resources, you can't just do that. I mean, you could feasibly just do that, but because it's an institution, because there's so many people that are going to be liable for that stuff, it's hard to just let kids loose. And I would try to explain that to my peers and colleagues. I too want to just go use the studio that we have because it's always open. It'd be cool if we could just pop in there, rehearse something, and then put something up. But a lot of people, a lot of heads need to be involved if you're going to do it on the up, which is kind of what's fun about indie stuff, because we could kind of do whatever we wanted. We weren't beholden to any larger rules. Mm-hmm. And people would talk big about let's do an independent project, let's do an improv, let's make an improv group. Oh, but the school won't let us do it. And it's we don't have to do it through the school. We can just do our own thing.
Yeah. There's a lot of that in film school.
Okay, yeah. Take it away.
Take it away.
I've been talking all night.
There's a lot of that in film school, which bothered me, which was that a lot of people would wait for a professor to say well we can, here's the project, we can wait for the professor to give them an assignment so they can have an excuse to make a film.
Yeah.
I kind of learned early on that that was really dumb, and I made a short film my freshman year. It's really bad. It's really bad short film. It's on my YouTube if you want to go watch it. I encourage you to go watch it to see how bad it is.
Yeah.
It's really bad. I was sort of okay, well, I need to make something every year. I should try to make one thing at least every school year. Yeah. So I made that, and then I made Food Runners. Yeah,
which is nominated now.
Which is going to be in the 401 Film Festival in Rhode Island.
Give them your channel so they know where to find that.
Mola Productions.
Yeah,
on YouTube. It's got a little baby me as the picture. Oh, little baby me in a firefighter hat.
That's right.
And then I made Food Runners, and that was the first big project that I made. And again, that was all outside of the class. That was me contacting 7 different people to ask to be a producer until finally someone said yes. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but I figured it out, and
you made it work.
I made it work
outside of the channels you'd have to swim through normally.
Yeah, so for school, and now, and though everybody's asking me now, since, or that's a big question now since I'm a senior, is are you gonna do your what's it called? Final project,
your, a thesis.
Yeah, your senior thesis. Yeah, people ask me, "Are you gonna do your capstone?" Yeah. People ask me, "Are you gonna do Touchstone?" That's a film company.
Barney Stone.
It's close.
Martha Stone.
Barney Stone. Emma Stone. The Philosopher's Stone.
What? Anyway,
the Time Stone.
The Dark Crystal. Okay.
What the fuck was I even saying? Yeah, yeah, and I'm like, I don't know, like, because, well, first of all, I don't really have the room because I transferred. So I it's a lot of requirement classes that I have to take.
Yuck.
So I don't really have any room to, like, pick what kind of classes I want.
Right.
So I don't even think I'll get to do it, but even if but I'm not upset about it. Like, everybody makes it, like, a big deal. But I'm like, I don't know, like, I'm possibly going to be shooting something in the winter with Quentin as one of the leads. Yes. So I'm like, whatever. I got scripts in my mind. I got ideas. Like, I'm gonna be eaten. Yeah.
I'm gonna
So like, I'm not gonna be upset about it. It's like I'll always
as long as you're making stuff.
Yeah, I'll find a way to make a project. Yeah, but like, kind of going off of what we were talking about, your whole tirade,
massive spiel.
Yeah, going back to the Hollywood
for like
thing.
20 minutes there,
like,
over that.
I'm kind of in the same boat, I guess. I don't know. I think I want to stay more independent because I don't want to make it sound like I had this like amazing experience being on a set. I was a PA on a professional set.
Yeah.
For like 4 days.
Okay.
On Defending Jacob. And it was really cool, and I learned a lot, and I got to stand next to Chris Evans, and that was really cool, and be in front of the kid from It, Billy, I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
But it was really cool, and I learned a lot about like professional set stuff, yeah, and what I would be doing. Like, I already knew what I was going to be doing as a PA, but I finally got to like live that out, and like
a real PA.
Yeah, like a real PA, and while a lot of it was cool and I met a lot of cool people, it was sort of that like stressful thing. Like,
they expect a lot.
Yeah,
like there's a level you have to meet.
So like your first AD and your second AD when you're a PA, those are like your bosses. I never met them once, and they were all. I'm not trying to shit talk people in the industry, and I'm not going to say whose names they are. And I want to preface this. I want to preface this by saying that they were doing their jobs, and they were damn very good at their jobs, and like, being an AD is a stressful position. There's a thing called like the AD 50, I think it's called, where it's like most ADs like die of the age 50 because they're so stressed out. Fuck. Like, they were very stressed out, and they were doing just their best. But yes, they were kind of grumpy to us sometimes, and they never said hi to any of us. And like, but I don't really.
What is with that?
I don't take.
I feel like it's so easy to be. Whatever.
It doesn't affect me. It doesn't hurt me because, again, they're just doing their job. And, I mean, whatever. We're little PAs. But, like, that's the thing is, like, being a PA is such a... It can be kind of degrading. Like, I mean, you know what last call is, right?
Yeah, to an extent.
So when it's lunchtime...
At 1 a.m. generally, in Boston at least.
I don't know
I think it's 2 a.m.
Well, like, whenever lunch is on a set, whenever it's lunch on a set or dinner or whatever, last call is like the PAs all have to wait, and then everybody else goes and get their food. And then when the last person who like isn't a PA gets their food, the PAs go, okay guys, last call at 1 o'clock. Lunch is over at 1:35 or whatever. Okay. So then the PAs have 35 minutes to eat, but like everybody else has had like an hour or like 50 minutes to eat. Like,
they love it, man.
So it's kind of bullshit. You kind of get treated like dirt a little bit. I mean, most of the time I was doing lockup, which is like
lame.
You're just standing in a corner, like telling people to be quiet, and most of the time nobody's being loud because everybody wants to be quiet. Yeah. So it's not as like I knew it wasn't glamorous, but it was kind of almost a hit in the face, being like, oh gosh, this really isn't as glamorous as I thought it was. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, so that being said, I was like, well, do I really want to keep doing this professional route of like doing these crappy gigs for so long? You know, being a PA and getting, you know, it paid really well. I got good money because it was Paramount was a studio. Yeah, dude. But like, I don't know, it's this weird thing. So I was like, I don't know, I could just be and then also thinking about like me making a film through a studio, where I was like, if I ever do make a film through a studio, do I really want to do that? Do I really want to have like people breathing down my neck and changing my script and like working with these big?
It depends on the people? Studio. Like it does depend on the studio. That's the thing. I was gonna say the professional. There's a what you were just a part of was a real, like a cog in a machine. Like there's a real hierarchy, I think, to that more professional stuff that you have to try to find a way to navigate depending on what you want to do. And it's a lot of, you know, you start literally like pretty much shoveling shit. Yeah. and it's the same. And for someone like, you know, like let's say I just want to do costume design, that trajectory is very different. And that's one I don't have a full grasp on. Like I know a lot of folks, what they do is they work on their designs. They take as many like small shows as they can, but then they work as like stitchers and stuff elsewhere. Like if you want to be a good like costume designer, like any designer really, like if you want to be a set or stage designer, like using costume design as the example, the one I know the most about. Having knowledge of how to like construct a garment and what goes into making and like actually maintaining and manufacturing a piece of clothing or costumes for the stage or for film is so beneficial to your design. Because if you're a designer that doesn't know the practicality of like making stuff, how can you ask, like let's say I am in that, somehow I've worked my way up to, or just landed a nice job in a design job in a studio. How can I ask people to make something that like I designed, like I drafted this thing up, but like if I don't know how to even drape and tailor the thing together, I can't ask people to make it.
It's very similar to directing, where like
if
you're directing something, you all have to. Well, in the terms of directing, like you have to know at least a little bit about each department and what each department does. Because if you're gonna, you have the idea in your head of what you want the scene to be like, but if you can't effectively communicate to your cinematographer what it is exactly you want, then it's tough because you don't really know what cinematography is, or like, and I'm not a big camera person.
You need to know the jargon and stuff.
I don't know a whole lot about cameras or lights and stuff, but like I know a little bit enough to at least communicate to a cinematographer. And the other thing too is obviously like communication. Like your cinematographer has ideas. They are creative. Mm-hmm. They have their own unique style. So it's a lot of communicating back and forth.
That's a point of contention, because when I was working at UMass, my professor like came down on everyone about like no design by committee. Like this guy's the designer, he is designing. You don't give him ideas. You can suggest stuff, but don't try to tell him how to design his shit. I don't know. I feel like that's always a sticky... Because I'm the type of person that's like...
Some people are like that with directors too, where it's like, he's the director, he knows, but like sometimes I don't know. And like, for me, it's a collaboration. It's always a collaboration. It's always, you have ideas, and like, I'll take ideas from anybody, from the PA, like, I don't care, like... Dude,
I'm the same way. That's like...
I hate the hierarchy. I do like the hierarchy. I like there needs to be someone in charge. But I hate the stigma of, you don't fucking talk to me, I'm the director. Like,
well, in this case, it was like, I agree. Like that's half of the, like, whenever I've had an assistant, that's half of what I do with them. It's like, what do you think of this? Because like, I might have my idea, and I might think that like I'm communicating, like as a costume designer, for example, like I'll pick a piece of clothing and be like, this is, because what you're trying to do essentially, like whenever you're designing something, at least, industry-wise, like with costumes, you're trying to kind of like tell a story visually with those pieces of clothing.
Right.
And so I might think that this scarf says one thing, and I show my assistant, they're like, no, that actually... like when we were talking about the word mongoloids earlier, and I was like, that's actually really offensive.
It's so similar.
No, but like I might put a print on a dress and they'll be like, that's actually culturally insensitive. Like you should, and it's like, oh, I had no fucking idea. Thank you for telling me that. Like design by committee, it's a sticky world because it's like, are they suggesting or are they telling you what you should do? Like that, there's like a different, I don't know. You mentioned that and it immediately made me think of him saying, don't tell them what to do. And it's like, well, they're not really telling you how to design. They're like giving input. Yeah. We're all doing it together.
Yeah, we're all like, and I don't know. Yeah. So all that, which is like, and I've been thinking about this for a while, like not wanting to be as part of the, I don't know, big professional world as much, because like I worked with these guys, Auspicious Phoenix Productions. Shout out to them. Awesome guys. I interned for them for a semester, and I just loved their whole mindset. Their whole thing was like they have like their master's degree in film and stuff like that, and they also teach. One of them teaches in Emerson, Jim Dandy, who was one of the co-founders.
Cool.
Teaches Emerson and BU, and their just whole philosophy was like, we graduated and we wanted to make our own stuff, but like we didn't want to like go through the traditional route of like being a PA and then working for years and years and years and working your way up maybe, and like they wanted to do their own thing and like make money their own way. And I just kind of fell in love with that like whole mindset, because I was like, I don't want to fucking do that work for like years and years and years. Like I could, when there's so many avenues to produce your stuff and get it out there now.
That's yeah. I was just gonna say exactly that. Like, you have what you just said. So many different avenues. It's like you have you've got the thing that you were telling me about. Was it the fantasy one that you were talking that you like kind of stopped working on? Which one was it that you script was it that
I stopped working on?
Yeah, like that you kept like wanting to rewrite.
Oh, that was the fortune teller cop one, the gas station.
Because I've got, like I said a minute ago, like I came out fully focused, like I'm gonna be the next big costume designer, and now I'm like, dude, I don't even know how much I like I love designing and stuff, but I've always wanted to do what we're doing right now. I've always wanted to have like a podcast.
I've always wanted to have a podcast too. Yeah,
dude, oh my god, what are we like in love or something? Okay, back off. No, but like, and like the sketches, like, dude, since I was in middle school, I wanted to make like videos and stuff.
Dude, I used to make videos in middle school.
Dude, I used to want to, and my friends were cool, but like, I don't know, we did, and they were not good, but like...
I mean, we made them too, and they were not good. Yeah. My videos were basically me trying to be...
They're not even on YouTube anymore.
Yeah, those ones aren't on YouTube.
But we didn't take them down.
Those were I think I deleted the channel. Like, they're not on YouTube anymore either, but like, my sketches were like... We would do like Smosh-type sketches where they were just like weird and funny. We tried to do... Do you know Freddie Wong?
I know Freddie Wong, but I've never seen anything.
So Freddie Wong used to do like these like action gun videos. Like he was like super cinematic dude. He was like an awesome. He's like a great filmmaker, and he's awesome on YouTube. But we would try to do those, and that's how I learned how to use Premiere. Was like because he used to make videos about like how to do a muzzle flare and stuff like that. So that's what I would try to do. And then we would also I wanted to do like Charlie is so cool like vlogs. Like I just wanted to do like a vlog.
Yeah.
And then I did like 2 episodes of the vlog, and then me and my friend like he just didn't want to do it anymore. So then I was like, oh, well, I guess it's just over now. Like it didn't like I was like, dude, I can't do this on my own. Like,
dude, well you kind of can't. Like,
I mean, and then I made a couple sketches on my own. Like you've seen a couple of my videos,
and like, they're good.
Yeah,
I feel like you need at least one other person to be bouncing ideas off of. Like.
Well, I was so limited because, like, I couldn't even move my camera around. I couldn't even do, like, interesting stuff with the camera. It was, like, I just had to place it in the tripod. Yeah, just, like, because it was just me by myself. Which is fine. You saw my anxiety videos.
Yeah, the anxiety ones, you made that work.
Yeah, like, thank you. I mean, because that was the point, is I wanted it to be, like, me and myself.
Yeah.
But,
I definitely think you need another person.
I
at least
agree.
One or two to, like... to really make that stuff work, because then you get a chemistry and a dynamic going, and then it's like that's kind of where the funniness comes from.
Smosh, Super Mega, Game Grumps,
those are like duos. Like I never.
Gus Johnson, kind of. He's making not really. He's more by himself. He's making more stuff with his brother.
That's like my favorite thing. Yeah, I can't think of any more. I mean, Super Mega is my like favorite.
Well, actually, it's kind of changing now because like there are a lot of people who do make things on their own now, but the difference is with someone like Gus Johnson, he usually has people hold the camera for him,
right? He's got like folks.
Someone like I don't know, like ProZD or Caleb City. I think they also have people like doing stuff, but some other times too, it's just like on their phone. Especially like ProZD, like a lot of his stuff is on his phone, like some of his earlier stuff.
Well, regardless, for the type of stuff I want to do, I think that we want to do, I think it's good to have a partnership of some kind because like for example, when you came over today, because I was going to bring up the Necromancer documentary I wanted to, because I want to write that. I want you to direct it.
I would love to do that, please.
Yeah, well, it'd be fucking awesome. I need to finish it. I want Emma and Megan, my friend Megan, help me write it too. I think there'll probably be actors in it, but that's like a whole. But that goes back to what I was saying. What you were mentioned earlier about the different avenues. Like, I'm a costume designer, but I can also bring that knowledge into the sketches we do. You know, like now we can have.
I'm a director, and I can bring you in my projects, and you can be my costume guy.
Yeah, like I can.
I don't know shit about costume design.
Well, yeah, what I'm trying to say is we're two multifaceted individuals, and the skills complement each other, and I think we can accomplish a lot with pretty little. Like some groups I've seen, I don't think they think about costumes fully the way that I would. I'm so special and smart.
Yeah, you're so special and smart.
But like, I have a background that's like professional and educational in it, and like I see them. Even the smallest things like can make a difference. And like, I'm not saying that's gonna completely overhaul a production, but it's just like it's another piece of like, I mean, the props and shit I make. Like, you know, now we have access. Like, I can just make us things.
Yeah.
like, do we need a Boba Fett helmet? I'll just make one.
Yeah.
Like, I'll make a big laser rifle for us. But anyway, like, just having all these different skills, I feel like we, as the two of us combined, is almost a small production company in and of itself.
Yeah, I mean,
like with the...
me and my friends have talked about that a lot, like starting a production company or whatever. But like,
I really, no matter what, like even if it's just to the level of this, I just like making content.
Yeah, I like making stuff too, and I feel like I haven't made anything in a long time. The last thing I made, last big thing I made a music video for my friend's band.
Oh, there you go. I've written a lot of like stories, and I put them around in places nobody fucking sees them. Mm-hmm. Now that'll change.
Hopefully you, the audience, will keep us in check and
we'll
tell us
search.
to fucking.
Oh shoot!
Do stuff.
Jacob's here.
Okay, let's do a pause. Let's do a pause and we'll say.
Well, no, I mean we could keep rolling. Like, let's just wrap real quick.
Okay.
I want to end this with like, this is a pilot.
Yeah, this is a pilot episode. This is a bunch of garbage. But
this podcast will take many forms. It'll be informational like this. Like, I feel like we talked a lot of industry stuff, and I feel like some folks like that. Mm-hmm. But my hope also is to have
a lot
like,
of loops and gaps.
Yeah, well, like we'll have a lot of like we'll have characters on here. We'll have guests on here. Like, we plan to have guests. We plan to do a lot of improv bits. I mean, a lot of the comedy the sketches we plan on doing are like improv, maybe semi-scripted improv. So like,
yeah,
you know, we do voices. I do bad voices.
I do voices.
I do voices. My name's Arnold. We do voices. The best part is voice actors will listen to this and then they'll be like, "You're bad. Here's how you fix it."
Yeah.
But anyway, to wrap things up, that was a cool spiel. We're two interesting fellows.
Yeah, come listen to us more, please.
Listen to us more. Watch our things once they start coming out. I think the tentative title is Human Pasta. Until we.
Let's just go with Human Pasta.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think we should go with Human Pasta. You're really proud of it, and I'm
just think it's fucking funny.
It is really funny.
Sounds weird.
Welcome to Human Pasta.
Human Pasta. At least until unless we think of something. I just picture one of us in the shower being like, "Fuck Human Pasta."
No, I'm pretty good with Human Pasta, if I'm honest.
Human Pasta. We can ask Jacob too. I mean, Jacob is a friend of ours. They're not here, right? I mean, they're in the driveway right now, so we have to wrap up really quick. But they wanted to help produce this, so we could. I mean, you know, they'll probably be here. But anyway, this was the opening season. This is the pilot. We'll have episodes like this. We'll have half and half improv stuff. It'll be wacky. Anyway, signing off.
See you all. We love you.
This has been.
If you have to pull over to the side of the road, it's okay. Just call me.
It's fine.
Call me that you're okay.
Don't call us.
There's food in the microwave.
Don't contact me.
Okay, yeah.
Stay away.
Don't call Quentin.
Stay away. This is Quentin Bell.
I'm Derek Mola.
Have a lovely evening.
Bye.